Now, once you've broken patterns, you've got her full attention, then you'll find it much easier to make a connection with the girl. You see, if you've just got impact there, well, you might have her attention to a certain extent, but there's not that familiarity. She hasn't emotionally invested in you and intellectually invested in you yet. That's what pattern breaking does. This is what we call the comfort stage, essentially. You've built some sort of comfort. She's now invested time in you. You've become her main priority. Therefore, connection follows suit. It's much, much easier for you to connect. It's a natural progression because each phase is a natural progression. So there you are having this great conversation. She's revealing a lot about herself now because that's what pattern breaking does. It helps us to reveal a lot about each other. A lot of people say to me, Kezia, how come I feel like I can tell you anything? Like they just meet me for 5 minutes, and this is not clients, it's just people I meet in parties. And they say, I just revealed so much about myself. Well, it's not because I look particularly angelic, and it's not because I'm a great listener. I certainly don't have that call this number face. So what is it that I do? Well, after pattern breaking, I like to sometimes reveal a little flaw or two about me in a totally unapologetic way. So I give them a chance to see a more sensitive side to me. I come across much more multi-dimensional. Because when people meet me at first, I can be quite hard-hitting, quite straight-talking, quite unfriendly in many ways. But then, when I start opening up to them, I start showing them flaws in my life, weaknesses, in an unapologetic tone. They start doing the same thing. It starts becoming a competition, in fact. Everyone's seeing who's got more flaws. It sounds really warped, but it does happen. Now, I'm just jumping a little bit here because let's go back to connection and why it's so important and how to achieve it. Connection will build you trust. It builds you trust and a moment of closeness. And when that's in position, you can start sexually escalating a lot more easily. Now, a lot of people mistake connection with surface connection, having interests in common. We both like dogs, let's date. We've both been to Marbella, let's date. Think about it, if you look at online dating, and I've created an online dating ebook which has sold thousands and thousands of copies, so I know online dating is extremely popular. However, I always advise my clients, be careful to who you choose on online dating, because what happens is they match you up, or you start going for people who have shared interests, have shared political views, like horse riding, like to travel. And some of these can be very, very specific. I've noticed that online dating gets more and more specific, but unfortunately it's all very, very surface interests. And what happens is most people, when they go on a date, when they've met someone from online, they say it's a disaster. But how come? You had everything in common. You had every detail in common. You shared so many interests, hobbies. How can you not connect? Because surface connections are meaningless. Emotional, deep connections. Now, that is the stuff that dreams are made of. I had a client who was a very, very wealthy, successful banker from Wall Street. And he came to the 7-day program and he told me that he liked pretty dumb women. He was totally unapologetic about it. I didn't judge. He had a very, very intelligent wife for many years who had her own law firm. He's like, I'm done with it. I just want a bimbo. So, okay, fine. Let's go find you a bimbo. There's loads of them. The problem is, I got to the point where I said to him, look, you're going to have to start making deep connection with these girls. And he said, well, how can I make deep connection with a girl who works in a coffee shop, has no career plan, has no interest in money, probably studying art or something, just, happy to live hand to mouth. How can I connect with this person? Right, stop, I said to him. Stop right there. What are you passionate about? And he goes, I'm passionate about making money. I'm passionate about being successful, becoming more and more successful. I said, good. what is she passionate about? And he goes, probably, art or, creative writing or something like that is not going to get her anywhere. Good. You're both passionate about something. That's all I care about. You're not passionate. She's not interested in money. You're very passionate about money. You're very passionate about your ego. You're very passionate about what other people think about you. Brilliant. She's passionate about art. She knows it's going to get her nowhere. She knows that maybe she's not very good at it, but it's her passion. That's all I want you two to connect on. And it just, by me telling him that, made him see connection in a whole new light, because he was so busy trying to find things that he could connect on with people who were totally different to him on the surface. We all have fears. We all have dreams. We have dreams. Okay? I'm a very ambitious person, but most of my friends are not ambitious. Most of them are like, theatre actresses and actors. They're very artistic, but I love the fact that they're passionate. I love the fact that they would never drive my 4x4 luxury car because they think it reeks. It reeks ego. But I love that. I love the fact that they have an opinion like that, because I'm opinionated also, so we can connect. I love the fact they got a sense of humour. I have a sense of humour. We can make fun of each other. We can wind each other up and know that it's just banter. It's a sign of affection. This is what I mean when I say connection. Stop trying to have something in common with her. Having something in common with her might help the conversation flow at awkward moments. But what you need to do is talk about what she's passionate about. Find out why she feels the way she does. So she's interested in photography. You have no interest in it. What are you going to say? Let's change the subject. Why do you do that? How much money are you making from it? No, find out where the passion comes from. Find out how it makes her feel. And when she's in that zone, you can talk about your passion. So it's quite interesting. If you are passionate about something that she can't get her head around, if she starts talking about her passion, she's on that emotional wavelength, she's in that zone, she'll be much more open to hear what you're passionate about. She won't be judgmental about it, because you've already actually increased the buying temperature, you've increased the energy, she's feeling positive now. So you'll find that what you say next, she's going to welcome a lot more, with a lot more passion also, regardless of what your passion or beliefs are. By the way, I have a DVD set called The Deep Connection, so you can check that out if you want to master the art of deep connection. But essentially, you want to connect on a much more robust level rather than just surface. Don't get so caught up in the surface, because it can work against you. Don't start thinking we've got nothing in common, we've never been to these same countries, she's from a country I have no interest in, she's doing a job that I don't even know what it is. Because if you have that attitude, you're immediately making it more difficult for yourself, you're becoming more stressed out, and then you'll start suffering from something called decision-making paralysis. But that's a whole different DVD for another day. So what happens when you actually make this deeper connection? How can you really benefit from it apart from having a really great conversation? Well, the first thing is you now have her emotional and intellectual attention, her full focus. Secondly, she respects you now. Why does she respect you? Because she's revealing things about herself that she doesn't reveal to most people. In her head, she can't do it to someone she doesn't respect. So automatically, she has to respect you to actually hand over, to share that kind of information, that private information. Third, trust. Now she trusts you. Closeness. Find out how you can start increasing your success rate with women by going to my website www.kezia-noble.com. But before you visit the website, make sure you subscribe to my channel.